Hello everyone and welcome once again to Captain Goodspeed Maths. I'm Joe if you're new around here, and today we are talking about the OCR FSMQ new specification and in particular division of polynomials, and the learning objective is to be able to divide polynomials using long division. So traditionally I would teach this as the very first lesson of the course, but I've moved it a little bit just because I think it fits better where I've put it in the course. It's a bit of a standalone topic anyway, the next two are, but yeah, lesson 8, why not? Here we go. You can add two pieces of algebra like this, so 4x squared plus 3x plus x squared plus 5x is 5x squared plus 8x. You can also multiply two pieces of algebra, so those two brackets multiplied are 4x to the 4 plus 23x to the 3 plus 15x squared. But can you divide two pieces of algebra? No, you can't. Go home, everyone. Lesson's over. You can't divide two pieces of algebra, I'm sorry. Nah, I'm only joking. Yes, you can. Otherwise, what would be the point in this? So, like all good division, you normally divide the smaller thing into the bigger thing. We always divide a linear term into a cubic term, but at a higher level you can divide a quadratic term into a cubic term, or you can divide a quintic term into a sextuple term, if that's even what it's called. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, here we go. Let's use an example with numbers first. So what is 35 divided by 10? Now all of you will be thinking right now 3.5, but I want you to think a different way today. Well, what it is 3 remainder 5. You've got 3 lots of 10 in 35 and you've got 5 left over, so the answer is 3 remainder 5. That actually means that 35 is equal to 3 times 10 plus 5. This is how many times it goes in, and that is the remainder. So that is what we're going to be thinking about today. So, what is x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 1 divided by x plus 2? So, what you want to do is basically do it via long division. So we put our x plus 2 there, we stick our little bus shelter in, and we stick x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 1 as under the bus shelter. Then we ask ourselves, what do we times this x by to get x cubed? We say, well, x squared, and we stick it up top. And then we multiply this x squared by everything in the left hand side term here. So we get x squared times x, which is x cubed, and x squared times 2, which is 2x squared. So we get x cubed plus 2x squared, and I guess plus 0 if you want. But then we draw a line underneath it and we subtract the bottom from the top. So we get x cubed minus x cubed, which is 0, and we get 3x squared plus 2x squared. Taken away from each other is x squared, and then the other two drop down because they're taking away nothing. But if you do not get 0 after the first term, you're doing something wrong, basically. So anyway, then we do the same again. We ask ourselves, what do we times x by to get x squared? And we say x, and we stick that up top, and then we times that x throughout everybody in the divisor, I guess, is what we want to call it, into this term here. So we get x squared plus 2x, and then we draw a line underneath it, and we take the bottom from the top, and we get 3x plus 1. And then we ask ourselves one final time, what do we get? What do we times x by to get 3x? Well, we times it by 3, so we stick a 3 up top, times that throughout everyone in the divisor, and we get 3x plus 6. Draw a line, subtract, and you get minus 5. So that is our remainder. So therefore, we can say that x cubed, that is the answer, that is the remainder, just as a starter. So we can say that x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 1 is equal to x plus 2 times x squared plus x plus 3 minus 5. So if you expanded this out, then you would get x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 1. Pretty good, eh? Let's do another one then. What is x cubed plus 5x squared minus 7x minus 4 divided by x plus 5? Well, we do the same again. We put x plus 5 on the left, we stick the bus shelter in, and we stick x cubed plus 5x squared minus 7x minus 4 underneath it. Then we ask ourselves, what do we times x by to get x cubed? We say x squared, and we stick that up top. Then we times x squared by everybody in the divisor, so we get x cubed plus 5x squared. We then draw a line underneath it and we subtract, so x cubed minus x cubed is 0, 5x squared minus 5x squared is 0, and the other two just drop down. Fair enough. We then ask ourselves, what do we times x by to get minus 7x? We say minus 7, and then we times throughout the divisor, and we get minus 7x minus 35. Then we draw the line underneath and subtract, being very, very careful this time. Minus 7x minus 7x is going to be minus 7x plus 7x, which is 0. And then we're going to get minus 4 minus 35, which is 31. So we've got the answer of x squared minus 7, and we've got the remainder of 31. So that means that x cubed plus 5x squared minus 7x minus 4 is equal to x plus 5 times x squared minus 7 plus 31. So if you expanded that out, you would get the original cubic back. Easy peasy. Then, example 3. A little bit harder. Something you just need to be aware of here. What is 2x cubed minus 3x plus 9 divided by x minus 4? Same process again, but you'll see a gaping gap there. That's because there's no squared term. Now, my recommendation would be to leave a gap there. You might also want to say plus 0x squared in there, just to get your mind in the fact that there isn't an x squared term, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So we ask ourselves, what is x? What do we times x by to get 2x cubed? Well, we say 2x squared and put it up top. And then we times that 2x squared by everybody in the divisor, and we get 2x cubed minus 8x squared. Now, if I had a minus 3x up here, I might end up doing minus 3x minus 8x and saying, oh, 5x squared. Just because, you know, in the heat of the moment in the exam. But, you know, because I've got a very clear head and I've left a gap there, I know that there's nothing there. So when I subtract these now, I'm going to get 0 minus 8x squared, which is plus 8x squared. If you don't do that, you're going to get the wrong answer. It's as simple as that. Then we ask ourselves, what do we times x by to get 8x squared? And we say 8x, and we stick it up top, and then we times it through everybody in the divisor, and we get 8x squared minus 32x. Then we subtract again, and we get 29x plus 9, and then we ask ourselves, what do we times x by to get 29x? We say 29, we times throughout the divisor, we get that, and then we end up with 125 as our remainder. So there's your answer, there's your remainder. 2x cubed minus 3x plus 7 can be rewritten as x minus 4 times 2x squared plus 8x plus 29 plus 125. And that is division of polynomials, or polynomial division, algebraic division, whatever you want to call it. That is it right there, and you've got all the tools in your armory ready to attack those in the exam. If you found it helpful, then make sure you leave a like down below. If you didn't find it helpful, then let me know down in the comments. If you've got any questions, let me know as well. As always, the lesson will be uploaded to the Google Drive and will be in a link in the description. Good luck for your FSMQ whenever it is, and thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.